Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, I'll show you how to fix the green line issues on your Samsung devices. Now of course the green line issue is where there is a single green line or multiple green lines on your screen. Do note this can happen to any Samsung device. This includes the older devices. And of course, there are several reports over the years. Usually, after a major update, then the user ended up with the screen actually displaying a line. All right, so those lines tend to stick on screen. They can also variate in color. Sometimes they can be pink, and of course, eventually they turn to green. All right, so if you're having the green line issue, which is very popular, whatever device you may have from Samsung, this is what Samsung recommends that you do. Now, this recommendation is straight from their forums as to what they say you should do. All right, so first of all, let me explain what's happening when you're having this particular problem. The issue itself can be as a result of either a software or a hardware glitch. Now, if it's a software glitch, it can be fixed. However, if it's a hardware glitch, the screen will need to be replaced. All right. So the recommendation for the fix, and it works in some cases, so it's worth trying, is the first thing you do is you're gonna go to your dialer. All right. So you're gonna go to your phone's dialer. Once you're in the dialer, you're gonna type in the following code, and the code is star. So you're gonna type in star. Next, you're gonna type in a number sign. After number sign, you're gonna hit 0. Then you're gonna hit star again and number sign. All right. Then this menu is gonna load. All right. So this is Samsung's secret diagnostic menu. Now they recommend that you run all three tests. There's red, of course, that's the red test. Then there is the green, and of course you'll cycle through these. All right, and of course there's the blue, and you can see the color tests. All right, so of course those are the three tests at the top. That's the RGB. All right, and of course once you run those tests, you may want to run them more than once. If the lines disappear, then of course it's a software glitch. So that's the first thing that they recommend that you try. Now to exit this menu. Now of course it can be a little bit tricky to exit this menu. And the right way to do it is to double tap the back button, and you have to do it very swiftly twice. So that's double tap. All right, so you notice once I double tap, it exit the menu. Sometimes they say as well that the keys can be hidden, so you may have to swipe up to bring up your menu, then double tap. All right, so once you do that, if that didn't work, another thing that you can try, guys, is to go ahead and turn off your device. So I'm going to power off, and we're going to boot into Android recovery as the second tip that they recommend to fix this. If it's a software glitch, that is to boot into Android recovery. Now to do that, we're going to hold down power and volume up. As soon as we see that first screen, we're going to let go of power and keep holding volume up. All right, so let's get straight into it. So we're going to hold power and volume up. We're going to look out for that first screen. I'm going to let go and keep holding up. On some devices, you may have to connect your device to the PC. So if you do not get to this particular mode and the phone boots up, I suggest that you get a USB Type-C cable. You're going to plug it in. So you're going to get your Type-C cable. If it does boot to this menu by itself, as I just showed, you're going to plug it in. Next, you're going to get your computer. Make sure it's open up and started up. And of course, you're going to connect the computer while it's on and unlock. All right. And then, of course, once you do that, you're going to go ahead and try the button combination again. Some of the newer devices do not boot into Android recovery unless they are connected to a computer. All right. So now here it goes. All right. So from here, you're going to use volume up and down to move and power button to select. All right. So you're going to move down and you're going to go to the option that says wipe cache partition. So check that out. So that's wipe cache partition. Let me just move up. That's the option one place down. That's wipe cache partition. So select. and you should be in the screen, and the screen says wipe cache partition. This cannot be undone. Do not worry, you'll not lose any files. Go ahead and select yes, and you're gonna wipe your cache partition. Now once you wipe the cache partition, what's gonna happen is that the device cache is gonna be wiped, and I'm not gonna do this on this device right now. It's working fine, and of course it's gonna bring you back to this menu, and from here you're gonna reboot your device. All right, and of course after rebooting your device, go ahead and check to see if your device is now recovered. In some cases as well, if you're absolutely sure that it is a issue with the software in your phone, you may have to go ahead and use this only as a last resort, and only if you're sure it's a software glitch. In some cases, you'll have to wipe data and factory reset, which is to wipe the device. All right, but before you do that, make sure that you, one, back up your device, and two, make sure that you go ahead and remove your Gmail from your device so the FRP lock doesn't lock you out, especially if you do not remember the password to that email. So let me show you the last resort. So only use this as absolute last resort. So once you back up and remove your Gmail, you're gonna go to wipe factory data reset, and of course you're going to factory data reset. You're gonna select, it's gonna wipe, it's gonna show it's completed. All right, guys. So of course, in terms of the green screen and dealing with your device, if all those methods fail, where it doesn't seem to be software, where the line or the green line is not disappearing even for a while, it would mean, as we said, that if it does disappear, it's most likely software, and you can use the reset as the last option. You can also look about booting into Android safe mode. And of course, safe mode is, I'll just explain what it is. I won't actually show you the whole process. I have separate videos on that. You can look them up. You'll hold, while it's off, you'll hold on power and volume down. You'll hold both. And of course, as soon as you see that logo, you let go. And this time, as you hold volume down, the device will boot into safe mode. And in safe mode, usually it disables third-party software. And as a result, you'll find that once the third-party software is disabled, if it's one of those causing the issue, then of course the lines should be gone. And of course, in that case, as I said, last resort, in your sure it's software, especially if in safe mode, you're seeing that the lines are gone, then it's most likely that you can go ahead and wipe the device, as I was showing you earlier, by booting back into Android recovery and wiping the device. All right, so I think that sums it up. If it's not software and you have exhausted the software options, I suggest that you try next to actually bring it into a dealer, or of course the Samsung if it's still on a warranty, and get the screen itself replaced. Do note that the green screen is something that's been happening for a while, and of course it seems to happen a lot. And as it relates to your device, just simply continue to try to take care of your devices, try not to drop them, or of course hopefully Samsung will eventually fix this thing fully, and of course it will be a thing of the past. All right, so I'll end the guide here, and as always, your feedback is welcome. And if you have anything to share as to how it happened to you, or why is it that your device all of a sudden got the green lines, you can share your experience. Maybe if there's something you tried as well that worked, you can actually share it with others. All right, so see you in the comments. Bye.